Hi guys, so today I'm going to show you what I think is one of the most fascinating aspects of Mexico City. It's markets. In Mexico City you can find markets for absolutely everything from lion meat, and I mean lion as in the animal, to giant ants for eating as well, not as for keeping as pets or anything, they eat them here, to flower markets with flower arrangements with live goldfish swimming in a bowl, to super hip and trendy markets in the Roma neighborhood. It's like a kind of hipster gastronomic gathering, I suppose. And the concept of a market dates right back to pre-Hispanic times in Mexico, where people would have congregated and got together around the tianguis, which is a kind of itinerant pop-up market, I suppose you could call it nowadays, which still exists. In my neighborhood, there's one on a Tuesday. They'll come, they'll set up, they'll sell their wares, and then in the evening they take everything down, they leave. But today I want to focus more on the fixed markets. So I have a feeling this one's going to be really, really good, so stay with me for this one. Wow, how beautiful is this? I have a really, really special tip for you today, guys. Now, I'm somewhere where you're probably not going to read about in the tourist guides. I've come to the Mercado de Jamaica. It's one of the most amazing flower markets I've ever been to in my life. And here you'll find over 1,000 stands selling all kinds of flowers. They have everything from funeral flowers to the most beautiful wedding bouquets. They have fresh cut flowers. You can buy 6 dozen roses for under $10 here. For that price, I think I would just sprinkle them around my hotel room. And they have just the most crazy kind of cartoon arrangements. I feel like I've fallen inside a Monet painting. The smell is unbelievable. I'm told this place has been around since the 1950s. It's really, really worth a visit. So let's have a little wander around and see what else they have. So in Mexico City you can find all sorts of traditional markets that have been around for years and years. But today I've come to the Mercado Roma. It's the newest kid on the block. It's uber trendy, right in the heart of the Roma neighborhood. And here, especially if you're a foodie, you're going to find things that you will love. You can find everything from French cheeses, champagne, wines, pâtés, Japanese products, traditional Mexican products. The market is full of all sorts of people. On the weekend it can fill up with hipsters, so if you're into kind of trendy places, this is where you want to be at the weekends. You'll also see a mixture of families, business people on lunch. But if you come to the right stands, you're going to find a few little samples. So what I'm preparing here, it looks very elaborate, doesn't it? Is what's known here in Mexico as Posole. It's a traditional Mexican dish that's eaten in many homes all year round, specifically on Mexican Independence Day in September. And I've just been told that traditionally this was made from the meat from fallen warriors. Thankfully nowadays it's made from pork. I'm told the broth is made with the pig's head to give it extra flavour and extra texture. As you can see, I added some lettuce, you'll add onions, radishes, oregano and chili. That's what's traditionally added to it. I'm also told that it's an excellent hangover cure. I don't have a hangover, but I'm sure it's going to be delicious. So one thing that's not to be missed here in the Mercado de San Juan is the delicious fresh seafood. These guys bring it from the Gulf of Mexico every single day. It takes 5 hours to get here, so I don't think you can get any fresher than that here in the city. I've got a tuna tartare, so it's the raw tuna cooked in lime juice. And also a really Mexican dish is ceviche, which is a mixture of different types of fish, raw. These guys cook it in vinegar. You can also do it in lime juice. Both are equally delicious, so definitely try the seafood in Mercado San Juan. I highly recommend it. So another thing the Mercado de San Juan is famous for is its huge variety of fresh meats. This is the place you want to come if you want to find cuts that you won't normally find in the supermarket. So whether it's Argentinian, French, American cuts, even Japanese, this is where you're going to find them. And Mr. Velasquez here has been on this stand in this market for over 61 years. So I'm sure if anybody knows about meat, this is the guy you want to talk to. Hi, Mr. Velasquez. I'll have a kilo of ribeye, please. Well, guys, that's the end of my day touring the markets in Mexico City. I really wish I could share tastes and smells with you because it's been such an important part of today. I've tasted things I would never have imagined. I tasted a giant ant. My goodness, that was never on my wish list. I've seen everything from the flower markets to food markets that sell things like lion meat, armadillo meat, iguana. I think that was the only thing I found difficult, maybe, was to see all those little animals, some of them with their fur still on. But I suppose we're just used to seeing it in the supermarkets a few stages later when all that's been done, so it's not too different really at the end of the day. Any vegetables Vegetarians might find it a bit hard to stomach. Still worth a visit, definitely. I've seen fruits and vegetables that I've never seen before. And it's such an important part of Mexican culture, really, the markets. You can see that it's where people come together on their lunch break and have lunch and do their shopping. And I think, well, why would you go to the supermarket if you can go to these amazing markets that are almost an adventure in themselves? So I've really, really enjoyed it. One of my favorite things so far in Mexico are definitely the markets. So make sure you follow me on all the usual social media, and I'm going to go get some rest, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.